Hello, everybody. So this will be our second interview at the International Builders Conference. I'm here with. I'll let her introduce herself, and I'm going to ask her a couple of questions.
Hi, I'm Dana Smith from Glass Associates in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
All right. You said Dana. Dana is her name. So and from Michigan. Now, before I go ahead with the rest of the questions, what does your business do, if I may ask?
We're a custom home builder.
Oh, wonderful. All right. So, in your experience, Dana, what are the processes in your company that you find very mundane, repetitive, and causing a lot of issues currently that you know of?
Oh, that's a big open question.
Maybe focus on your specific area of expertise. If you know whatever you are doing that you say, I wish this thing was better in this way and that way and that. And this is not to, to expose your company. I'm just looking for generalities. Because what you share, it may be relevant, or rather, there may be somebody out there who experiences it and wonder if any other person experiences it.
Well, our software company has been bought out and is no longer going to go forward and support us on the communication piece with clients. So that is something that we're feeling challenged by at the moment. We have a phenomenal software company for our accounting and project management, but they are very sophisticated and don't communicate well with some of the other programs. So that's a challenge for us.
Right.
And then we have the typical challenges of trying to find more suppliers and more workers, and that every builder seems to have right now, to keep our product moving forward and be cost effective.
All right. Okay. And speaking of suppliers, with the current looming or potential tariffs that may potentially happen towards Canada, I know that you are in the US. I just want to know if your company is going to be affected in any way by the tariffs that may happen between Canada and the US or even Mexico.
Oh yes, I'm sure we're going to be affected greatly. When it comes to quartz, it comes in from other countries. When it comes to granite definitely comes in from other countries. When it comes to some of our suppliers for some of our appliances, some of those are not US based. We have hardwood that comes out of Canada. We're in Michigan, so we're very close to Canada, so some of our hardwoods come from there. And we're sure that if it affects the building industry in general, which it will, it'll affect prices. It's going to cause price increases, and the price increases from 2020 finally stabilized, but they didn't go away.
Yeah.
So that's a hard hit to take, and it's going to decrease people's desire to build. And I think the uncertainty over the tariffs is causing a ripple effect in people's desire to build.
That certainly is. And by the way, Dana, what is your area of expertise? You probably said it, but I just want to, so that the audience knows your areas of expertise in the industry.
I've been in construction for 40 years. My area of expertise is I am the office manager, and my degree is in finance. So I handle the finances and human resources side of things, but I also have a background in drafting, so I do get involved in the design side too. So at small companies, you get to wear lots of hats.
Wonderful. Yes, wonderful. I'm in the software industry, but I always like designs. I always go to see show homes and things like that. So even whenever you are working for this industry, I found that you need to know lots of things in other departments, regardless whether you're in accounting. So definitely resonates with me. And and here's another question. Many home builders or many construction people are skeptical about AI. I just want to know, what is your opinion about it, and what would it take for you, if you are in that group that is skeptical, what could it take for you to get over that hump that makes you skeptical about that?
A comfort level. I think that when you're in the older age group, which I obviously am, we are more skeptical. It isn't easy to jump into new programs, the cost of the programs. So, I went to one of the seminars here, which did make me more receptive to AI, but then they said, well, try this one, and try this one, and try this one, and try this one. And I said, and listed different names. I won't go into them because I probably won't repeat the right ones, and I don't want to support some and not others.
Yeah.
But when I talked to the people from my company later about it, they said, well, yeah, Dana, but each of those have costs involved. So, we're investing in all these different programs to give them a try. So we're, it's just figuring out what works for us and not investing too much money in the process or waste too much time in the process. But I do think there are good uses for it, especially on the front end. And I think we're being forced into it by things like HGTV that make it seem like you sit down with the person and 2 days later they come back with a whole layout and ideas, and where there's probably a big team behind them doing all of that and making changes. It would allow us to give some people some conceptual ideas up front to get them on board. So I think we'll use it.
All right. Okay. So, probably highlight what would you like to see more? You probably said it. This is also for myself. I'm probably not being a good listener, but I want to hear highlight the thing that would really get you to that place where you say, you know what, I'm embracing it more. But
this show was a really good way for us to go to the classes and learn a little more about AI, see how people that are already using it find a way to use it. Yeah. We will go back now and experiment more with it and try using it the way that they suggested, see if we can get our feet wet and jump in a little deeper than we have so far.
Yeah, and then I guess just sprinkling it a little bit there and there, try it with small things, I think could help. Instead of delving into it and spending much money, maybe you choose a specific process. I don't know, I'm just saying. And I did hear you say that the software that you used to use is going to be shutting down and not much communication. So in your current search for a new software, what are you looking for? What I mean, from your part, I know that you probably cannot speak for the entire company, but what is it that those key things that if it addresses this, in fact, also highlight the things that the previous softwares didn't highlight, and you're hoping that with this new opportunity, as much as it is painful, it is an opportunity.
Try to look at it that way.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that a previous software did very, very well that we want to continue to have is the ability to have all our communication go through one place and portal, but not have to have the clients log into a program. Have them, if I send them an email out of the program, I want them to just hit reply out of their email and it goes back into the program without them even realizing they're doing anything different than answering a normal email. Okay. So that makes it easy for them not to be resistant. Otherwise, some of our clients would resist using the software, and we want it to be painless for them, but still have a place that stores all of the communication that goes on about a project, from the project manager to the client to the designer to the guy that's putting the poles on in the cabinets in the final home. I mean, everybody can go to the one source and find the same information, so we're not missing communication and there's not miscommunication. Our software did that very, very well. The one thing our software didn't do as well that we would have liked it to do better is allow us, in your software person, you probably know the right terminology and I don't, allow us to use bolding words and highlighting things and things like that. It didn't allow us to do rich text.
Okay.
And that would have been really helpful, so we could highlight things that had changed, or so that people, when they read it, just didn't read a long message from us with no.
And these bold letters, are they in the communication to the clients, or do you mean within the software?
Within the software.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, and have you reached a decision as of, having explored, or you're still searching?
We're searching.
Okay.
We explored a few while we're here at the show, and we'll go home and communicate with them and go online to their websites and play with them and see if, we can find something that fits our needs.
All right. And then maybe this will be the last question, probably similar to the previous one. I just want to know, among the business functions, what part, or rather which part of the business needs the software? In other words, what I'm trying to say is that which one seems to be key in your business, that once this software, we have this kind of software, everything else doesn't matter much in terms of the one that's core. Let me put it that way. I'm fumbling here, but I'm trying to say the one that tends to be key in your business, in your opinion.
like I said, we have excellent accounting and project management software that does our schedules and does our change orders, those kinds of things. We really need that communication piece with the client.
All right, okay. Thank you so much, Dane. You were so kind and you answered my questions
Thank you.
very succinctly. I like that. Thank you. All right.